This is a panoramic view of the first floor at Grinnell Mill.
So, the walls have insulation in them, I'm assuming, or is that?
Yeah. The walls, this wood is basically just for show. On the other side of this is foam insulation that was shot in, and there's like I don't know if it's a 2x4, but probably I'm not sure whether we use 2x4s or 2x6s right now to make the like the insulated panel, and then there's OSB on top of that, and then the clapper is on the other side.
Yeah, so it's tight. You can't hear the outside of this thing.
Yeah. And the roof has 18 inches of insulation between it and the metal roof that you'll see watching the courthouse. That's what the wood from the floor too. It came from Indiana. It was, and we had to wait for it to be kiln dried after they a full inch thick because the joist spacings are like, yeah, and there's no subfloor or anything under it, so we needed a little thicker for its strength.
Yeah, you don't find hardwood floors like that.
Mike, why don't you try to move that shaft? That would be cool. That's great.
There's the stones up there above. So this one here ran the stone above. This is the main drive with the turbine below, and then this is the other stone would be above there, which you can't really see from here. Here's the other stone above.
This view is at floor level under the millstones. Here you can see the cogs, pulleys, and power shaft attached to the millstones.
Of a cast that we have that says Spring Lea, it would have said obviously Mill, Frank Grinnell, Yellow Springs, Ohio. This is not the original stairs. We don't even know if it's the original location. We don't think it's the actual original location, but it's where it was roughly when we took the building over. But it was way too steep and narrow, so we decided to redo it. But the wood for the stairs came out of an old barn, and it's actually been cut from beams about the same size, maybe a little bit larger beams than you see here, the main beams overhead. So this is really old wood here. I mean, the barn I think was even older than the mill was. Wedding out and sort of thing. So it's not going to have. But I know what you're saying. That would be interesting too. Well, that could be something that we put there.
Yeah.
Know where they started, but that's how they started.
It's pretty wide for a stair in a mill.
These stairs, these balusters and rails, were original. Well, the stair was about opening, because when we extended the stairways, we brought it over and all the rest of that stuff. So the original stair rail only came to about here.
Yeah.
So the man who did this reproduced the slats as close as he could to the original ones that were there. So it's kind of hard to tell which are the originals and which are the ones that were reproduced. It didn't look like it should have. It wasn't. We thought it was going to be, should have been a Dutch door, but it wasn't. There was an old Dutch door on another location, but we didn't think that came out of the front door. But to make a long story short, the doors, as you can imagine, old mill, they were just all walker jawed, it's just sitting in a frame, and there was no way to seal them or anything. So the man took the doors, he took them off, and took them apart, and took each piece apart, and then he slit it like a piece of bread, and split it in two halves, and then pushed it against a real foam cord, a real hard door, a regular door, which then allowed him to get the hinging, and get it perfectly square and fit into and he did that on the second floor and the third floor, and you just, this is the actual original outside and the original inside, but it was just cut in half and sandwiched back together.
That's pretty
cool. I thought that was a really cool idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have done a heck of a job. I mean, it really.
This is where they took the limestone out of is from this kind of ridge up here.
Oh, okay.
And then this is another place. Remember I was telling Brenda about the winch upstairs. Mike, you might have been downstairs. That's going to run this rope elevator here from the basement up to the third floor. For the rope for the elevator to pull things up. And what they did was you pull on that rope. Mike's cute. That's right. And this would turn. And tighten up, and then this arm would go up and run and put friction against the belt, which would then turn the winch, which would then bring whatever you wanted up. And as I say, the down part, there was no reverse action there. It would just go down if you weren't holding against it. And you could also take that rope out that front, that little door, and you know how they've got little pulleys outside?
Yeah.
Those little eyelash pulleys. There's one out there. You could have fed it out that and had something brought from the outside up through that with that power. We don't actually know what this is, but it was here. And eventually somebody's going to... And it had screening rocks. You weren't screening flour or anything like this. And it could have been for the limestone, but...
Why would it be up here?
But why would it be up here, number one? If it was made out of wood, the stones, I think, would have just beat it to death instantly.
Yeah.
You know, this is a wire cleaner, and you would think that those elevators would have brought it up and dumped it into here and let it run down to the smutter, but I'm not 100% sure. Because the stuff's not here. And the floor doesn't really show openings where, the doors here, it doesn't show openings where the belt elevator would come up to here. I don't know. The roof, as I say, was completely removed and joists were put in, but instead of putting, OSB or plywood paneling, which you would think, would be on the inside, man who was doing this wanted it to be at least authentic enough that, you know, he'd have dark from the inside instead of OSB board or plywood.
Oh, so he's got OSB on top of this?
Yeah, yeah, with 18 inches of styrofoam on it, and then a metal roof on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Bought the panels for the, you know, those engineered panels. They didn't want to get up here and work on it the way they did on the sides. They built up the sides like those panels, but they didn't want to do it, so they had the panels built. On the back ends of these, you can see all those marriage marks that we were talking about. You know, they're visible there, and they're on the outside of every single post and beam and scantling into place. And then, of course, you know, on the rest of the building, of course, pretend this is the outside of the building, you know, which was removed, and we, you know, we had to replace the posts and beams and scantlings and everything, but metal plate on every one of them that's secured them to the respective post.
Around for your kids' kids.
We'll be here. They don't. I mean, hopefully, if somebody.
I guess. This is just a collector. It would let the air swirl enough to let the stuff drop out of the mill.
And yeah, do final separation of the wheat from the chaff. Huh?
Well, we'll just get the dust outside so you can blow the mill. I see an open fireplace. You never see that in the mill.
Yeah.
They're always closed fires. Just, I think they were definitely afraid that they were,
Yeah.
you know,
With good reason.
Yeah.
yeah,
Very good reason. Yeah.
blow themselves in the middle out.
And what is that called? A boiler? Thank you for visiting Grinnell Mill. Have a great day.